We're back. Welcome back to MD After Dark. It's not after dark, it's actually like 2 in the afternoon right now. But we're making a comeback. Me and Michael have started setting up days where we are going to post, and we're going to get more people on here so it can make it more enjoyable for us. And we are making a new format where we are going to just get rid of how we did it last time, where it was like an hour, and we are going to make it fun and have just cool stats that we like to talk about and all the people that showed out for us. But this first episode is going to be based off of the Summer League of July 11th and 12th. As you can see, I'm in my basement because it's not really quieter down here. There's a giant fan over there, but I don't know, it just seems like a better place to record, especially since I have my own little place down in the basement. So who cares? So let's get to it. So, July 11th, there were 8 games, which I'm pretty sure that's the format, is there's 8 games a day because it's like really easy to schedule. Our first game was Boston 92, Memphis 78. Boston's leading scorer was Jordan Walsh with 17, and Memphis' leading scorer was Gigi Jackson with 16. I did not watch that game. I cannot tell you a lot about that, but obviously Jordan Walsh, third-year player or second-year player out of Arkansas, and Gigi Jackson, the 19-year-old phenom. I'm not exactly familiar with where he went to school, but those two showing out for their summer league teams. Our second game was Atlanta 105 to Miami 98. I know this one. Atlanta's leading scorer was Kobe Buffkin, second-year player. I don't know exactly where. I'm going to just get better at knowing where all these players went to school. This rookie class I know great, but the last couple of years I'm on and off. And then Miami's leading scorer was Kasparis Giakatonis, the rookie out of Illinois, with 24. That was a good game. I watched a little bit of it. Kasparis Giakatonis actually was frying, so that's pretty cool. Another game I watched a little bit of was Detroit 104 to the Knicks 86. The leading scorer for Detroit, who he didn't even play in the fourth quarter, which was the part I watched, was Ron Hollins. He had 28 points in the first couple quarters, and then he's the second-year man out of the G League Ignite because he was friends with Matas Buzelis. And New York's leading scorer was Dacombe Dadiet. Pretty sure he's a second-year player out of France. He had 17. So yeah, I watched a little bit of that game, but it wasn't very entertaining. But this one was. My game of the day on July 11th was Charlotte 111 to Utah 105. Charlotte, their rookie class looks really good. I love the combination of Sion James, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Con Knipple, and Liam McNeely. McNeely is going to be a steal. And as everybody knows, come here. Allie's here. That's awesome. But then Utah as well, they have Ace Bailey, who did play in this game. He did not play in the game yesterday. No, he did not play in this game. It was the game before that, excuse me. But then my player of the day, even though they lost, is on Utah. Kyle Filipowski with 32 points. He was going insane. And then Charlotte also had KJ Simpson, who I really like out of Colorado last year. I like what the Hornets are building right now. They're 4 rookies plus KJ Simpson. There we go. Tidjane Shalon out of, I don't think it's France because I saw a thing where he's not from France. But yeah, Utah as well. They have Ace Bailey, John Tonje, who hasn't played the entire summer league because he's been injured. Filipowski, second-year man out of Duke. Adama Sanogo, former Bull, is on that team, so that's cool. And then my disappointing game of the day, Toronto 116 to Chicago 72. 33 turnovers, 34. Chicago. I'm going to rant here because I'm a Bulls fan. Sorry about the alarm, by the way. I don't know what that was. But the Bulls might have created the worst summer league team I've watched. But it'll get better as the July 12th game. But the Bulls summer league team with 34 turnovers, or however many it was an all-time high for a summer league game. They might have built, other than Matas Buzelis, who didn't even play the next game, might have built one of the worst summer league rosters I've ever seen. But another surprising player, I had Liam McNeely of the Hornets, and then AJ Lawson. He was frying the Bulls. I mean, it was fun to watch as a Bulls fan. It made me mad because he was doing so good. And he's a guy who hasn't really been getting much play in his couple years in the NBA. He played for the Mavericks and somebody else, but it was just amazing play from him. I couldn't even be mad. And then our next game, and then another surprising player for the Bulls was Javon Freeman-Liberty. There is no reason why. He used to play for the Raptors. There is no reason he should not be on an NBA roster. He had 21 points. I mean, he gets to the free throw line, amazing. He had 13 free throw attempts. It's just, he could shoot the three ball, he could dribble. He was one of the only dudes that could dribble the ball. And it's just like, he needs to be on an NBA roster. And the sad thing is, there's a lot of these guys that are in the Summer League that are NBA talent. There's just no spots for them. And that's why I'm kind of happy that they're thinking about expanding. But then there's also, like, Canada, Mexico, other European leagues. So, yeah. My next game is Phoenix 103 to Washington 84. Phoenix was led by Kobe Bray, a rookie, with 19. And then Keyshawn George, a second-year player for Washington, had 24. Again, another game that I wasn't super familiar with. And then the Clippers game, they beat the Houston Rockets 95-92. The Clippers were led by Jordan Miller with 23. Oh, yeah. And then Reed Shepherd led the way for Houston with 28. All right, bye. Yeah. She's up the stairs. I don't even know. And then my final game for July 11th was Portland 106 to Golden State 93. Wow, I don't know how that... I wonder what game was a little bit worse than that. Oh, yeah, the Bulls game. It just sucks being a Bulls fan. Portland was led by Ryan Rupert, the third-year man out of France, and Golden State was led by rookie Will Richard out of Florida. Yeah. And then in other news, the former Utah Jazz coach and owner, or GM, Frank Legman, died at 93 a couple of days ago. That's probably old news, but I don't know, I just thought it was something to mention, as it said, like, he was one of, like, the founding people that, like, left a stand on Utah and all of these, like, the Jazz, the state, and, like, the area of Salt Lake City. So I thought that was pretty sad. But then, two good things are Devin Booker signed a 2-year, $145 million extension. So that's $72.5 million a year. That is diabolical. And then Herb Jones signed a 3-year, $68 million extension with the Pelicans. And it was an option between 29 and 30. So that's cool. And then my disappointing player of the day, just as a Bulls fan, just that poor game. Noah Senge, 7 turnovers and only 5 points. It does get better, though. That is just poor. So, yeah. That is July 11th. Let me check and see if I have anything else. I did not miss anything. Okay. On to July 12th. July 12th, the day was led off by Cleveland beating Milwaukee 93-83. Leading scorers for Cleveland was Naquan Tomlin with 22 points, and Chris Livingston led the way for Milwaukee, their second-round pick last year. Naquan Tomlin has just been around the G League. I'm not really familiar with him. I've seen him, like, on 2K, but I'm not really familiar with his game, you know. But Chris Livingston's a guy who just lives in the paint, number 7. Yeah, so he had 21 points, and then I didn't watch that game. But this game I did watch. San Antonio, in a low-scoring affair, beat Dallas 76-96. 76-69. Player of the game, Cooper Flagg, who had 31 points. And it was just brought up, I saw it before I started recording, that he will not play after yesterday. So he's just too good. They're taking him out. And another person I want to talk about is Moussa Cisse. That man dunks on everybody. He goes up there and blocks shots off the backboard. I love watching him. Him and Jamarian Sharp, two like 7-foot-tall centers, are super fun to watch for that Dallas team, especially in the summer league when you're playing against like guys who don't really know who some of these people are. Like Moussa Cisse is a guy who averaged like 4 points a game in college, but he had like 2 blocks. So you just laid up there and say, "Oh, he's not that good," and he swaps it off the backboard. And that's the type of stuff I like to talk about. But my player that was super surprising in that game was David Jones Garcia, guy I had never heard of, and he was just frying. I mean, he was going out there. He was going out there and just doing whatever he needed to. It was fun to watch. The next game we have is Oklahoma City and Indiana. Oklahoma City won 104-85. Oklahoma City was led by Chris Youngblood, undrafted rookie out of Alabama. He has been on a heater lately. And then Indiana was led by one of my surprising players in Robert Baker. He had 16 points and I think 11 rebounds, so he had a double-double. A couple of other guys I had on the list for surprise players in this game were Talon Peter, the second-round pick out of Liberty, and that's it. Talon Peter, he showed that he could shoot the three ball great. And then Chris Youngblood did the same exact thing. And then another guy, Johnny Furphy, the 19-year-old out of Australia, drafted in the second round by Indiana last year. He has hops I was unfamiliar with. He could get up. And then, of course, I'm going to glaze. Brooks Barnheiser had an amazing game. He went 8 for 10 last night. 6 steals. He had 7 steals and then 6 steals. That's a record in Summer League. So Northwestern is finally producing talent that I can watch in NBA. Boo Booey, I'm watching you today, because he didn't play yesterday or the day before that. Oh yeah, he did play yesterday. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong team. He plays for Denver Summer League, and they played Minnesota. We'll get to that. The next game was Charlotte and Philadelphia. Charlotte was led by KJ Simpson, as I said, and then Judah Mintz. Syracuse, I think. Might have to fact check myself on that. I'll update on that later. But, yeah, KJ Simpson had 19 and Judah Mintz had 24. I like this, like I said, I like this Charlotte Summer League team. But Philadelphia's also bringing in some good players. I know it's Summer League, so some of these undrafted guys are out playing. Like, oh, they're basically playing as college players again. Yeah, there's also some players that have been overseas, or, like, there's a couple guys that they were talking about. This guy from Australia played in Europe for 4 years, and then he came over to the NBA. Like, you're playing against guys who are just different talent levels, and that's something I like about Summer League. There's a lot of guys that are going to go back to Europe because, oh, they're not going to make a roster, and they'll come back next year to the same exact thing and then make a roster spot. But that's what's going to happen this year. People that went overseas last year are going to come to America and then make an NBA team or a G League team, and I like that. That's something I like about watching the Summer League, is I get to watch people I'm unfamiliar with, and then I can spread it to you guys, or I can just take my own ball knowledge and always have it. So yeah, the next game, Sacramento beat Chicago. What was it, 109? I'm not even going to look. 109-94. How did I know? And Sacramento's leading scorer was another surprise player, Devin Carter, second-year man out of Providence. I watched this guy in March Madness. I absolutely loved him. I kind of wanted the Bulls to take him, but then I saw Matas Buzelis on the board, and I'm like, probably should take the best guy that was also projected to be number 1 at one point. And I'm glad they did. Leading scorer for the Bulls, again, Javon Freeman-Liberty with 21 points. Gets to the free throw line, can hit the mid-range, hit the 3, can actually one of the people that can dribble on the Summer League team. I can't really hate, because when I played basketball, I was not good at dribbling either. But hey, yeah, but Chicago had like a 2-point game in the third quarter, and they just fell apart. I just went to the gym after that. I was not watching the fourth quarter. And the next game, the Lakers beat the New Orleans Pelicans 94-81. Los Angeles' leading scorer was Cole Swider, who I've also been impressed with. Him and LJ Cryer, undrafted rookie out of Houston. And then New Orleans' leading scorer was Antonio Reeves, second-year man out of Kentucky. So yeah, he had 20. So yeah, pretty good game. And then our next game, Minnesota beat Denver 94-83. This is the game I was like, oh, Boo didn't play. The reason I like him is because he went to Northwestern last year, so that's okay. Minnesota's leading scorer was Terrence Shannon, who had 24, and then Spencer Jones, who I am not familiar with. I thought that's a baseball player for the Yankees, or a prospect, whatever. So Terrence Shannon had 24, and Spencer Jones had 19. Again, I could not tell you where these players came from. I know Terrence Shannon went to Illinois, but Spencer Jones, I'm unfamiliar with your game. I'm a casual. I'm sorry. And then our final game, Memphis beat Portland 96 to 86. Leading scorer for the Grizzlies was Jalen Wells, who I am familiar with. He is going to be great. He will be a starting small forward this year. He had 23 points, and then Sidi Sudoku had 20 points for the Trailblazers. He's bounced around. He was with the Spurs, then he got traded. Or no. I think he got traded to the Trailblazers. Maybe not. But I don't know. But all I know is a lot of these guys that people are unfamiliar with, they should be on an NBA roster, at least a G League roster. And the thing is, the G League doesn't get enough hype. And no offense, I didn't do any WNBA today or MLB because I didn't prepare for it. But I wanted to get something out. I wanted everybody to know that we will be posting again. And this is how I started it. I made it in my own format. We aren't even probably going to hit 20 minutes, and that's for one sport. And I've talked a lot about different people. Now, if we get to the MLB, I will do 1 to 2 batters for each team, the pitcher, and whatever. And that is completely fine. But for right now, I like this format. If we get the WNBA and the MLB for right now, and then news, the MLB draft is literally today, I'm pretty sure. July 13th. So yeah. Well, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. This is a shorter video, probably the shortest one we've ever uploaded. And I will see you all next time.